Hi everyone and welcome to the Dressmakers Closet. My name's Jane and today's vlog is a little bit of a catch-up because I've been missing in action for about a month now, so I thought I would share where I've been, what I've been up to and why I have had a little bit of a YouTube break. So hi everyone and welcome back, and yes, it's been about a month. I know, where have I been? Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you will probably know that I care for my husband, John, and he has had a pretty bad month just gone, really, with falls. He's had 11 falls in a month. We've had 3 trips to A&E. I could just got to a point where I just could not even come in my room and do anything creative because I was like 24/7 caring for John, and the amount of falls he had, especially that 8 falls in, I think it was 11 days or whatever it was like in quite a small time scale. I was just like a nervous wreck. I was like panicking every time he moved. Where's he going to go? What are you doing? Where are you going? Why? And I was there with him and make sure he got there, make sure he got back. I mean, this is only just in our house. He doesn't go out. But all his falls have been in the house, or he's had 2 in the garden as well. So it was just like, just like my stress was like up here, and just really worried. I was just constantly on edge, worrying about him all the time. And as I say, he had quite a few nasty falls. And I think the pinnacle for me, for what made me maybe kind of step back for a few weeks, was I was sat in here editing one of my videos and I had my headphones on and I didn't hear, and John was asleep. I didn't even hear him get up, but he fell in the bedroom, and it was only because of the vibration of him banging the bedroom wall, which is this wall behind me, that I felt it. Took my headphones off, went to investigate. He'd fallen in the bedroom against the bedroom door, so I couldn't even get in. I literally had to use my every ounce of strength I had to push the door because he was against the door, and I could see blood on the carpet. Without going into too much detail, I was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, I managed to push the door and squeeze through like this much gap to get in, and I don't know what he'd done. I think he woke up all a bit disorientated, a little bit confused. He had his clothes, I don't know whether he woke up thinking he was going to get ready for bed, I don't know what, but he had his top and his jumper over his head so he couldn't see, and he'd grabbed onto, we've got like a antique vintage chest of drawers, a big chest of drawers, like a tall boy, it's really old, and it's got some like old nails in like the beading along the top, and one of those nails has been sticking out for quite a while, and obviously as he's fallen, he's grabbed onto something, caught his fingers on this nail, and literally almost, I'm cringing thinking of it, sliced his 2 fingers off. Oh, it was awful. A&E, stitches, what have you, terrible. And that so we were sat in A&E and John was getting x-rayed and what have you, and getting his wound dressed. Anyway, so while I was sat there and he was getting looked at and seen to by the doctors and the nurses, I just thought, if I hadn't had my headphones on, and probably not doing so much that I do, I probably would have heard him get up and then could have prevented him from falling. So I've gone through a lot of soul searching and feeling guilty. I've gone through every emotion possible, I think. Feeling awful, feeling selfish, feeling guilty. Obviously I'm not caring for him enough. I'm doing too much for myself. I need to do more time, spend more time, do things for John, or things that I can do where I can see John. So literally I thought I'm going to just take a complete step back and reevaluate what is going on in my situation, because obviously John is the most important thing to me. I'm his carer as well as his wife, and I am now his carer 24/7 without a doubt. And I just thought maybe I need to think about this, and I can't do all the things that I would like to do. And it's just it was a bit of a reality check, I suppose. And each morning I used to sit with my cup of tea, pondering what I'm going to do. I've just been up, I've been down, I've been up, I've been down every day for like a month, and I just thought, well, I'm just going to take a complete break. I've had posted the odd pictures over the few weeks on Instagram, but nothing mega. I haven't really interacted with anybody. I've just, posted a few pictures to let everyone know I'm still here, but I've just literally took almost a month just complete social media break. Had a, you know, just to reassess, reevaluate, all those words, just to see where I'm going and what I'm doing. And I was almost ready, I think, to say, right, enough's enough. Maybe I can't do all these things because there's too much going on looking after John. And then my lovely friend Lynn, who comes to see me, because obviously we can't go out and meet for coffee because I can't leave John. So she comes and, you know, and we sit and have coffee and we just chat for hours. And she was saying, well, you know, you can still do all the things you want to do. Don't give up the things you want to do, because you have to have some, like, look after yourself and have a bit of self-care and have a little bit of self-indulgence. You can't just be a carer 24/7 and not have time to yourself. So just do the things that you like to do, but maybe not as much or not as often. Just slow down the pace a bit. I mean, me, slow down. Shock horror. Took it on board and I thought, yeah, she's right, because I don't want to give up the things that I love to do, and John doesn't want me to give up the things I love to do. He just says, go on in your room and go do what you have to do. But obviously, I have to think about that. So I'm here and I will be continuing to be here. I've had a break, it's been nice. Yeah, just, I wouldn't say slow down, but maybe do a little bit less than, not physically possible, because I can physically do a lot of things and I can mentally do a lot of things, but it's not just about me, is it? So the things that fit in better with caring for John, then I don't feel as if, because I'm caring for John, I'm rushing to do other things to get in the things that I want to do in between the time that I've got left, because obviously more time is spent looking after John and all that. But, you know, I don't want to bore you with all that, but that's basically where I've been for the last 4 weeks, and also loads of other things going on. So yeah, so that's the situation there with that. So obviously it's not going to get any better. John is not going to make a miraculous, you know, recovery get any better. And he is 20 years older than me, so we've got to take that into account. So he's 76 in May. So, you know, you do slow down anyway as you get older, and obviously I'm 20 years younger. So there's that to take into consideration now, that, you know, as John gets older, he's going to slow down. I'm not nowhere near ready to slow down, so I've got to take that into account as well. We are different in things like that. Well, these are trials and tribulations, aren't they? So yeah, so I've like kind of had a word with myself umpteen times, and I think I'm quite happy now that I've taken a few chunks of things away that I didn't need to do, with maybe giving me undue stress or pressure or like time scales, deadlines. I don't know why I give myself all this extra work, because I don't need to. So yes, I feel a bit better about that. So it was nice to have a break actually from YouTube and doing videos and what have you, because it's not so much me sat here talking to you on the camera, that's easy. It's the flipping editing, which can take hours, if not days of work, and it's a lot of time. And that was like making me cringe, thinking, oh, I can go and do a vlog and, you know, do a vlog and put the vlog on YouTube, but the thought of sitting for hours editing was like make me cringe, thinking, oh no, I can't be bothered to do all that. But I think I just needed a break from all that. So yeah, so that was that. Then going back to the garden, yes, the garden. Well, we had that storm, the worst storm I've ever known. Storm Arwen, when was it? December, January? I can't remember when it was, but anyway, it literally came through my garden and ripped it up, churned it around, tossed it out and made a right mess of it. So because of that, I am like rejigging the garden. I'm going to do a full vlog on my garden makeover as soon as it's finished. It's almost kind of finished, so I don't want to like spoil it. I want to do a full vlog, and then if you don't like anything to do with gardening, then you don't have to watch the full vlog. I didn't want to be putting snippets in here and then spoiling this vlog, and you know, so I'm going to just do a separate vlog on my garden before and after makeover, and it's really gorgeous. It's looking really good so far. I have spent hours and hours of work out there. My nails have been trashed, my hair's been trashed, my skin's been trashed, everything out there's been trashed. I've never known so much hardcore rubble in our garden that I've had to dig up, seriously. We've took the drive away. If you remember, we used to have the drive, and the car used to park the car on the drive in the garden. That's all gone. It's amazing, it's going to be amazing. And to top it all, my little greenhouse that I used to have a little one of those, you know, those plastic greenhouses, that blew away and got, well, I never saw it, blew away, ripped up and tossed down the street from Storm Arwen, and I always wanted another one, and John said, well, you know, you're going to get another one of those, it's just going to blow away again, because that was the third one that blew away. And I said, oh, I'd love a real greenhouse. And sure enough, if I say anything like that to John, John will go, oh, yeah, it's a good idea, let's get one. I'm totally spoilt with John. He never says no. And I said to him the other day, you need to say no to me more, because obviously don't just because I want it does not mean to say I need it, and you don't have to say let's go and get it. But we're looking at greenhouses, and we just looked at the normal, you know, the normal metal frame greenhouses. First of all, looked second hand on Facebook Market page, and then on Marketplace, and then looked at like online at the metal ones, and then for some reason, I don't know how that could have happened, this gorgeous wooden Victorian style, I know, greenhouse just came up, as it does, when I was browsing, and it was painted in the country, I think it's called summer green, almost similar to my summer house. And I went, oh, to John, look at that, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And John said, oh yeah, how much is that? Well, I first of all originally looked at the small one, 4x8. I said, that's only 2,000, say it quickly. And John said, yeah, go on, let's get it. And I went, oh God, that's £2,000. Anyway, when I looked at the size, and when I went out, my mum says, that's not very big, you know, 4x8. So I thought, oh yeah, she's right. So John said, well, get a decent one, because if we're going to get a good greenhouse, let's get a good one. Let's get one that's going to last into my, you know, into my dotage, and let's spend something and get a decent one, and then you've got it, rather than getting cheap and then the break or whatever, you know. Think of the long haul. So, and I've never had a greenhouse, proper greenhouse in my life, and I've never grown vegetables in my life, but I can't wait to start growing some vegetables. So this greenhouse, so in the end I've ordered a 6 foot by 8 foot wooden painted summer green Victorian greenhouse, which is coming mid-May. So my son is just finishing off the foundation, and that'll be coming. So that'll all be in the garden vlog, because I have two loves that I like to do. I love to sew and create, and you know, do all the things related to, you know, well, clothing and sewing and creating things and making, and my pattern designing. I love all that, but then I also love the garden and the gardening, and so it's lovely to be able to do both. And because I'm now like kind of downscaling what I do on the sewing side, it'll give me a little bit more time to spend in the garden without feeling, oh, I've got to be in here sewing. So, you know, it's just getting the balance right. And then also John can enjoy it. He can sit in the conservatory, he can watch me digging away, and I can see him, and it's so, yeah. So hopefully going forward it's going to be a lot smoother. I won't feel as much pressure in getting things done, and enjoy the garden and do both. So that's the plan. So going on to the sewing, I have only done 2 things this month. The first one I did, both fabrics are from Felicity Fabrics. I will show you. I'll pop some pictures of me wearing them too. But the first one I made was the VL top by Jennifer Lauren Handmade. Now it's got this gorgeous little bow detail. You can't really see it, but it's got like a little bow tie detail on the neckline. I thought it was super cute, but I'd like to make it again and maybe do the contrast neckband. Then you can see the little bow tie. Can you see? Like a little tie detail on there. Super easy to make, and I used it in this gorgeous cotton knit jersey with a gorgeous this floral print, and it's so pretty, and it goes lovely with my jeans. And obviously it's far too cold to be putting on at the minute. I did wear it when we had this warm spell in April, but it's far too cold. It's absolutely freezing outside today, hence why I've got my brushed cotton dress on today. So yeah, so I made the VL top, one of the Patreon videos that I did on my Patreon page. So I made that, so I was quite chuffed with that. And then I've just made, hot off the sewing machine, this is for my Felicity Fabrics blog, part of my blog post. I've just made the Roscoe dress in this gorgeous, it's called Pippa, in this gorgeous floral drapey viscose, in this gorgeous coral, which is one of my colours on my colour palette, and it's got little sprigs of black and antique white flowers, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I made this, I mean, I love the Roscoe, it's by True Bias. I love the Roscoe blouse. You see me wear the Roscoe blouse. I've made a few of them, love it. It's just a great relaxed style, throw it on, casual, smart, pretty, you know, really nice wearable type of blouse. love it. Now, I made the Roscoe dress way back years ago, and I hated it because I just felt like it was like wearing a maternity dress, because it is, as you can tell, it's quite loose. And I did the maxi length, there's 3 lengths. I did the maxi length and I just didn't like it at all. Then I put it in a charity bag. Didn't like it. It was very similar to the Wilder gown. I'm not a great lover of the Wilder gown, the full length one. I didn't like that either. But in hindsight, a belt would have probably been the answer. So I've made this purposely to wear with a brown leather belt, and then it'll go with my sandals or some chunky trainers. And I think that's the idea, or that's the answer for me, because I don't like overly big, loose fitting dresses like that. I just feel as if it's a little bit too maternity style on me. I don't know. So I'll just quickly show you the options on my Chatty envelope for my Roscoe. But there you go. So you get the blouse, which I love. The blouse, which I love. Then you've got the smock length. And then you've got the dress, which is the one I've got here. And as I said, there'll be a full blog post on me making this dress with more pictures, but I'll pop obviously some pictures of me wearing it as well. And I think with a belt, that's the way to go for me. So I might down the line have another go at the Wilder gown dress, wear with a belt. I think I could wear obviously with a black belt and obviously a tan belt to go with my tan shoes. Yeah, so that's what I've been making. So it was nice to have some sewing. So that's basically what I've been doing. That's like the way I'm going to go forward. As I said loads of times on here, I'm definitely on a journey. I mean, it sounds a little bit cliche, but I am definitely on a journey, and now my journey is taking this particular route. You go through a point in life where you do certain things and you go, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, you have to then change. Well, again, I think now is a point for me where I'm now having a little bit of a change. That's what you do, and then you accept it and go with it, and then, you know, enjoy it, embrace it, and that's what I'm doing. And I feel so much better now. I've had a word with myself. I've had a lot of words with myself, I tell you. So yeah, I'm raring to go, but maybe not 50,000 mile an hour, maybe 45,000 mile an hour. We shall see. And then with my Patreon, obviously it's going really well. Thank you if you're one of my patrons. I had 4 tiers, and I thought, well, I could do the 4 tiers with different subscription levels, so it was for everybody. But then I was thinking, something's got to give. So I thought, well, how can I maybe tweak my Patreon levels so I'm not, you know, committing as much, but I don't want my patrons to lose out. So what I've done is I have reduced my tiers down to just the 2 tiers. I've reduced the tier so it's more like the second tier is more affordable, I think, for everybody to join in and participate. The ones who are in the top tiers are absolutely chuffed to bits because they haven't hardly lost any of the creative benefits that I had. I've just literally tweaked a few things. They're now got a reduced subscription, so they're really pleased. And the ones that were already on that subscription, they're really pleased because they're getting more benefits. So everybody's really pleased. So everybody's just gone over onto the top tier now, the bobbin tier. If you are thinking of joining me on Patreon and you weren't sure, or maybe you thought some of the tiers were a little bit out of your price range, I highly recommend you go and have another look, because as I say, I've changed them. And one of the really good benefits, you automatically get your very own copy of all my future sewing patterns. I'll pop the link for my Patreon page in the box below, and if you fancy having a look, please do. I'm probably going to try and get a video out maybe every fortnight. I'd like to do it weekly. We shall see. I'm not going to be pressuring myself to do a weekly vlog if I can't, depending. So yeah, so that's where I've been, that's what I've been up to, and just so you all know. So thank you for joining me today. And John says thank you for all your kind comments and well wishes. He absolutely loves it when I tell him that you've all been asking after him. He's doing okay. His grazed face, because he really did graze his face last week, it's healing nicely. He's back to his handsome self almost again. Yeah, so he's doing all right. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so thanks for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed listening to me and catching up. and I shall see you on my next sewing vlog. But until then, bye for now.